Do you want to study in the US in a wonderful campus with excellent education quality? Then this live stream is for you. Hi, and thank you for joining our Start Your US Journey with University of Nevada, Reno. My name is Hugo Bustamante, Recruitment Manager for Global Studies. Global Studies is an educational agency which helps you to apply to different destinations. If you are interested in studying in different countries like Canada, US, UK, Germany, France, Spain, and many others, you just have to contact us. You have here our WhatsApp number, our email address, and our website. You can contact us and ask for your free guidance session. We can help you to apply to the destinations that are important for you to study your undergraduate or your postgraduate programs. And don't forget to follow us in our social media. You can find us in X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and you can find the different options that we have for you with our partners. And today we are with John Green. He is Managing Director of Nevada Global. Hi, John. How are you?
Hi, Hugo. Doing well. How are you?
Fine. Thank you, John. John, today I have a short introduction video that I want our audience to see. Please,
Excellent.
we will go to this. Perfect.
Good
Today,
video.
John Green, Managing Director of Nevada Global, is with us. Please let me introduce you to John. John Green is the Managing Director of Nevada Global, a new collaboration with the University of Nevada, Reno, and Shoreline. John has been involved in international education for over 10 years with roles working in an agency, a community college, and public universities. Since starting the position as managing director, John is actively involved in the development of the undergraduate, graduate, academic English, and accelerator programs, as well as promoting the University of Nevada, Reno, all regions worldwide. Well, John, we are really excited. We want to know more about University of Nevada, Reno, and your presentation is ready. Please, could you tell us about the different options and programs that you have for us?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Hugo. I really appreciate that introduction. And That is a very inspiring video. I really enjoy watching it. Every time I do a presentation, just showing what the campus looks like, showing what Reno looks like itself, which is a great city that you can see in the background on the right side. And this presentation that we'll go through, we'll talk about the university, a little bit about the city itself and some pricing. And then if there's any questions, feel free to put them in chat or get them to Hugo, and I'd be happy to answer them here or later. So let's get
Yes, please.
to the presentation. And so University of Nevada, Reno is a R1 institution. So that means it's a high research institution, like all the big research universities in the United States, like Berkeley and UCLA. University of Nevada, Reno is up in the ranks of those same universities. So when you come to this university, you will see all the dedication that the university has to the students and to promoting high value research. So even undergraduate students get to participate in research opportunities in their departments. And so let's continue on with these slides. Here's the team that works for me. You can see I have 3 people and plus lots and lots of other people, including Hugo that works with other people in Shoreline. So these people help process the application. So once you apply to the university, you're going to have Lena, you're going to have Tim helping you make sure you submit the right documentation, answer any questions that you have about the admissions process. A little bit about where we are, and I like showing these 2 slides. First, on the left, you will see that California is on the coast, Nevada is right next to it, and right in that corner, right by the sea of the California is kind of where Nevada, Reno, the city of Reno is located. You can see if you went straight across to the west, you'd be going to the ocean and right next to San Francisco. So to get from Nevada, Reno to San Francisco would take about a 3-hour drive. You get to go over the beautiful Sierra Nevada mountains and then take I-80 all the way in San Francisco. On the right side, you can see the state of Nevada. So it's a pretty big state, and there's really 2 big cities. Everyone's heard of Las Vegas, and that's the big city that's further south towards Los Angeles. And then the other big city is Reno, and Reno's in that corner that I mentioned in the northern part. And so it pretty much splits the state with those 2 big cities. Nevada is a state that allows gambling, and so that's why you know of Las Vegas, which has another university down there. Reno also has its own gambling, and I think that brings a very unique culture to Reno. But I wouldn't say it's a gambling city. I would say it's more of a big college town. With the new president that we have, it really promotes the University of Nevada, Reno to become a major force in northern Nevada, as well as in the northwest United States, including Northern California, Oregon, Washington, all those states. I feel Nevada, especially Reno, is going to be a major player in technology. Again, some of the little things you see a map there, and you see things that we're close to, and I want to point out the things that we're really proud of is that we're 45 minutes to beautiful Lake Tahoe, and you saw a couple pictures of Lake Tahoe. So students during the spring and summer, even fall, when they go skiing or snowboarding, they can go 45 minutes, drive into the mountains, be right in the middle of a winter wonderland or a summer wonderland in the Sierra Nevada mountain range. So it's just a beautiful place. And so all these other times that we've mentioned before, how long it takes to get to San Francisco, how long it takes to get to the capital of California, which is Sacramento. And if you want to drive from Reno to get down to Las Vegas, that'd be about a 5-hour drive down Highway 395. So everything's really close to Reno itself and the university. Talking in Celsius temperatures, you can see how the weather goes right now. If you've been watching the weather in Northern California, they're expecting lots and lots of snow. And what happens is that weather comes across California and the snow gets dumped into the Sierra Nevadas. So Sierra Nevadas is going to get about 10 feet of snow, whereas after the snow gets dumped in the Sierra Nevadas, a little bit will come into Reno. So we might get 6 to 12 inches, so a lot less snow. So Reno itself has four seasons: fall, winter, spring, and summer, which is really nice to see. And we're really excited about having some snow now and getting a winter feel, but then that will all melt very quickly and we'll slowly move into spring and have a beautiful spring where everything turns green, beautiful temperatures. and that will lead into summer where it gets pretty warm since Reno is 4,500 feet, so there is high elevation, so it's like a high desert, so it's very dry, which is really nice because the bugs stay away, there's no humidity, and it allows people to get out and visit nature and makes the campus beautiful, makes it easy to walk around, and then it goes back in winter again. So a little bit about the seasons there. More reasons to live in Reno. There's no income tax. So people that live in the state of Nevada, they pay no state tax. They pay federal taxes to the federal government, but there's no state taxes on your income. So if you're a student employee or you're working in Nevada, you give your money to the federal government, but the state of Nevada, because of the gambling and the resources and funding that comes from there, you don't pay any state tax. And so that's one of those nice advantages that helps you save a little bit of money. It makes going to University of Nevada, Reno a little less expensive. Other great pictures of Reno that I'd like to highlight. So the university is like walking distance from downtown Reno. And downtown Reno has a lot of great things. The famous sign, being the biggest little city in the world, is really great. That picture there on the left is just hot summer nights when they have a lot of fancy cars and old cars coming to town, and it's a big festival that you can partake in. And then there's the Truckee River, which is right next to the city of Reno, and that's the only river that comes out of Lake Tahoe. All the other rivers go into Lake Tahoe, but the Truckee River is the only river that comes from the lake down the mountains and goes through Reno. And you can see they build a lot of activities, water activities, and have a lot of events along the Truckee River, which is right in Reno. And then we have some other great events. And then that bottom right picture, you see the beautiful Lake Tahoe region. I like highlighting this, the technology that's growing. You know, Tesla is in the city of Reno, outside a little bit, and so there's a large gigafactory, and that allows opportunities for students in business, technology, even liberal arts students that might be able to get opportunities for internships in Tesla. There's other major electronic facilities like NV Energy, which is Nevada Energy. There's Amazon, UPS with big logistics centers here, because a lot of it comes in from the coast and they get sent here before they get sent off east into other cities in the United States. And so there's a lot of opportunities here for internships while you're studying at University of Nevada, Reno, and then if you're looking for jobs afterwards. The Sierra Nevada Corporation, I also like to point out, is not only a very large mining corporation, which Nevada has just found many huge deposits of lithium and other minerals, which is going to make it a very strong hub for getting those type of minerals excavated out. So mining technology is very important. But Sierra Nevada Corporation is also an aeronautical institute. So it's building rockets that are going to be used by NASA and other industries to send things up into space. So there's, again, not only is it mining and technology going on here and pharmaceutical technology, but aeronautics is another growing industry in this city. Exploring the university, let's talk a little bit about that. Some great diversity on campus. It's a Division I school, so they have Division I football, Division I basketball, which is going to be ranked in the top 25. So I'm very excited about the basketball team. Women's Division I sports as well. So there's a lot of things going on in terms of athletics at the university. We talked a little bit about all the rankings. We're in the R1 designation, New York Times gives us best of. We look at this next thing. You see, even though we have 20,000 students on campus, the class student faculty ratio is not that great, not that large. There's lots of academic programs, 145 undergraduates with different concentrations, doctoral programs, 85 master's programs. And of that, Nevada Global is going to be representing about 18 of the graduate programs that students can apply through Nevada Global to be admitted to the university. So all the undergraduate programs are available, as well as the master's programs. Lots of clubs for students to participate in, lots of countries, so a huge diversity on campus, students from all over the world. And then I mentioned a little bit in that presentation, almost $1 billion of investment in new buildings. These buildings you see on the right are new technology buildings and are new School of Business buildings, and all the rankings that you see down here, top 200 national university in the United States, which they're very proud of. And that's with all those big universities you see around the United States. We're in the top 200 right alongside them. Here's more pictures of all the great new buildings. Some are buildings that were built in the 70s, have been remodeled. Some are brand new buildings, like the engineering building on the top right. Places that students will be going for their STEM programs, their STEM classes. The bottom left is a relatively brand new library opened up, and that has a huge library center, huge technology center, and a lot of support services for the students. And plus lots of other buildings that are available that students will be visiting every day. It's a big campus, but it's easily walkable. The housing units are located right around outside of campus, so in many cases, you really only have a 5-minute walk to your class. The support centers are top-notch. There's a career support center that you see that picture that the president strongly supports. I take international students to the career center. They take them to the fairs. The second week in spring semester, they had a STEM fair, and there are 80 STEM companies, Tesla, Panasonic, all these companies are at the STEM fair that are looking for students and talking to students about jobs and internships. So the second week that my international students were here for spring semester, I got to take them to a STEM job fair. And they were very excited to meet with all these different companies and just seeing what their path looks like 4 years from now once they graduate from the university. Other support services, you can see there's the Office of Students and Scholars, the OISS, that's going to help you with your visa questions, going to help you travel outside the country if you want to go home and visit, plus all the academic advisors, counseling centers, multicultural centers, everything focused on to help you feel that you're supported while you're a student at University of Nevada, Reno. Life on the campus, you can see I like pointing this out. It's a 300-acre campus, very, very green like you saw in the video. 10 on-campus residence halls and many off-campus residence or apartment complexes that are right next to the university. They built this huge fitness center called the Wyland Fitness Center that after you pay your student fees, you can go there and work out and fitness and do basketball and other sports and swimming as much as you want in addition to all the studies that you'll be doing. So a lot of student life on campus that's going to support you while you're here for your studies. I like to point this out. It just kind of shows what the international diversity looks like and enrollments. You can see that since COVID, enrollments have been going up, and with the new partnership that we have in Nevada Global, my company with the university, we're going to be increasing the international student populations on campus from students all across the world. But I did want to point out on the right side just what it looks like with current populations with students from Latin American countries and Mexico and Central America. And so you get an idea where you are in your country, just like how many students are there. But I expect that with this great partnership that we have with Global, that we'll be working with you, and you'll love the opportunity to apply to the university and become a University of Nevada, Reno student. This gives some pictures of on-campus housing and the cost. So there's double bathrooms, so that's 2 beds with a bathroom inside it that the students would share. And then there's 2-bedroom with a community bathroom that would be down the hall where you share with the other people in the hallway. Triple rooms that each with that 3 students would be sharing a bathroom. So there's lots of different opportunities for on-campus housing. In addition to the on-campus housing, you can see that it's not required if you're 18 years or older. So that means you can seek and with our support, if you'd like, find off-campus housing, which in some cases may be cheaper. In other cases, it may be more expensive, but might have more amenities like swimming pools, private residences, and it might be a little bit newer. A lot of the residence halls that are on campus, there's some older ones that have been around since the 70s and 80s, and then there are new ones that have been built in the 2000s. So we give you that choice of being on campus or off campus if you're 18 years or older, graduates and undergraduates. And then there's also meal plans that in these residence halls that you'll be able to sign up for different types of meal plans with the amount of types of meals you want to have during the day, 3 meals a day, 2 meals a day, unlimited meals a day if you want to eat all the time. There's lots of opportunities there. Here's some pictures of off-campus housing. Literally the dean that you see on the left side there is right across from the fitness center. So that's a brand new building that they opened up. Very exciting, and we're going to have some partnerships with them to help provide off-campus housing for our Nevada Global students. Then there's other type of housing, wolf run housing for graduate students. So a lot of different opportunities in different places you can live. If you have family in the region, especially in Reno, and you see it's the opportunity where you can live with them and drive to campus, I recommend it can't be too far away, but there's definitely, if you have the opportunity to live off campus and do that, we definitely support that way as well. Graduate programs that I mentioned, we see the following programs coming for fall: International Direct, undergraduate and graduate, both with scholarships that I'm sure Globe will be able to talk to you about. But their scholarships for undergraduates will be up to $8,500 for an academic year, so that's for the 2 semesters. And if you times that by 4 for an undergraduate, you have a $34,000 scholarship, which is one of the top amount of scholarships in the United States. Even for graduate students, there's going to be scholarships up to a maximum of $6,000 per academic year. So if you're there for a 2-year graduate program, that's a $12,000 scholarship. So working with your agent partners, especially working with Global and working with the Shoreline admissions people, you'll be able to see if you qualify for scholarships, and those scholarships will be able to follow you as long as you're a University of Nevada, Reno student until you graduate. So it's very exciting. There's intensive English language programs. So if you need to improve your English before you come, you can do that at the university, as well as being able to live on campus or off campus. And we'd be able to help you with that as well. So you can improve your English, be right in the heart of the university. And in some cases with our accelerated programs, taking English and taking academic classes at the same time. So that would mean that you'd be able to get credit to help you get towards your graduation goal of leaving in 3 to 4 years afterwards. So we have intensive English programs, accelerated programs for graduate and undergraduate students that will be able to help you decide what your future will be with the university. The International Direct program, this gives a little bit about what the requirements if you want to be admitted directly to the university. And I'm not going to go into detail about that because I know your admissions people that you work with and your agent partners that we have here will be able to explain this all to you, what the requirements are to come directly to the university. And then again, the intensive English language programs, if your English scores, IELTS scores, Duolingo scores, TOEFL scores, if they don't meet the minimum requirements, then you could join our ESL program for IELTS that's less than 4.5. And then the academic English program, that sets you on the pathway where you can take academic English and then going into accelerated programs where you're taking English classes as well as taking academic classes on campus with American students or students from around the world. So it allows you to become a university student even though you're not fully matriculated to the university. So we can explain more about that. We have more information on our websites, and your counselors and admissions advisors that you have with your agent partners as well as with Nevada Global can help explain all the pathways that will allow you to become a University of Nevada, Reno student. This kind of again goes into accelerated programs for the undergraduate. At least you can see here what the requirements are for graduate and undergraduate and the names of the programs. Some are 1 semester long or some are 2 semesters long. It just depends upon your academic abilities, but you can see that you must have at least a 2.0 GPA in order to get into these programs. So to get to the other programs, your GPA needs to be higher, but get into these accelerated programs, you only need to have a 2.0 GPA. And then by the time you matriculate to the university, the classes that you've taken in the accelerated program, you at least have to have a 2.5 GPA. So you have to have a C+ average, and then you're admitted to the university, and you're a university student on your way to getting your undergraduate or graduate degree. Here's a little bit about the costs that are on there. You can see this cost, the $41,818. What that includes is all the costs, even estimated costs. So if you don't eat as much, or your books aren't expensive, or you live a little bit less than maybe some of your other classmates, that $41,000 can go down dramatically. But what it does show you is the tuition costs, $25,504, I believe, or $304. Sorry, I can't read. It's pretty small. But if you have a scholarship, that means that money, that scholarship is going to be taken off that tuition cost. And if you're up to that, that $4,225 or $8,500 maximum scholarship, that's taken directly off your tuition. So that means you're going to be saving money, and your overall program costs are going to be a lot less for the 4 years that you're studying with us. And again, these scholarships are for undergraduate students and for graduate students. And so we'll be able to explain that a little bit more, but this kind of gives you a breakdown, and going to our Nevada Global site on the internet will help you look at the costs and determine, how the fit is going to be for you, depending upon what type of degree program that you're in. And that's about it I have for now. I hope you have a lot of questions. I'm sure me and Hugo will be able to help you get through any questions that you have. And if we can't answer the questions here, I think what we can do is then get on some emails or get on a chat. I'm also on WhatsApp. And I can definitely work with Hugo to kind of answer all your questions and see if we can get you here in 2024.
Thank you, John. Thank you for this explanation that you have gave us. And yes, we do have some questions. Could you please tell us if the STEM programs, the STEM degrees, such as science, technology, engineering, art, mathematics, of the University of Nevada, Reno, offers the OPT options?
Well, of course they do. So the STEM programs, if you're not familiar, OPT, in general, for non-STEM programs, it allows you, after you graduate from the university, to study or to have an internship at a company, whether it's in Nevada, anywhere in the United States, Silicon Valley, for up to 1 year. If you're in a STEM program, you get 2 additional years. So that allows you to have OPT up to 3 years for the STEM designated programs as an undergraduate student. And then if you go to the graduate program, you'd have that STEM ability to do that again. So the opportunities through STEM is really exciting. There's also CPT. So after your first year study as an undergraduate student, if you find an internship that's related to your master's or your undergraduate degree, you can be working while you're studying. And it's very limited hours, but it does allow you to get that experience, maybe working for a company here that's really local, because again, you're going to have to be on campus, but you could have an opportunity internship in your second, third, and fourth years of study. But Hugo's right. For OPT, the opportunity here is a great opportunity, because you're in Northern California. You can get OPT for 1 to up to 3 years.
Thank you, John. And we have another question, please.
Sure.
This is about this. What is the average cost for an undergraduate degree or a graduate degree, please?
Well, we saw that overall costs around $40 or a little bit over $40,000, and that's taking the top end of a meal plan, taking the top end of housing, and then the tuitions kind of stay the same. So if you kind of have those fixed costs, I would say the average cost is probably be around in the mid-30s. I think if you are maybe living off campus in a cheaper housing, you might have more roommates than you might want to have, but there are opportunities to lower your costs than what you see on those charts that we have. And I think by working with Hugo and talking with us, we can kind of show you kind of realistic pictures of what your costs will be depending upon your living situation. And I think that's always really important. Then again, if you have a great opportunity to receive a scholarship, that money gets taken straight. Those scholarship gets taken straight off your tuition costs, which will allow that money to be used for other resources. You have the opportunity to work on campus up to 20 hours a week. Some of the students that are international students that started with me this last spring, I think there's 6 of them. They're working in the library. They're working in food services that they really enjoy. They're like cashiers. And so they can get a job on campus for up to 20 hours a week, usually around $15 an hour. And what that does is just helps with your living costs. It's going to help you with money to buy food, money to buy books, clothes, and to get around the town. And by the way, if you are on campus and you want to get around the town of Reno to get to other places, the busing is free for all students. So you don't have to pay for bus. You just show them your student card. They can take that bus wherever you want to go.
Oh, perfect. Perfect, John. Thank you. And could you please tell us a little bit more about how is the procedure for the fees payment?
For the fee payments? So if you become a global, Nevada Global student, what you do is you sign an application with us, and Hugo will help you go through that process. And once you're applied and admitted to the university, you make payments for the first 2 semesters to Nevada Global. So you're not paying the university. What we do is we take those funds, and that funds is going to include your tuition, your fees, as well, and it will include your housing costs if you're living on campus or if you're living in one of our partnerships with the off campus. So we collect all that money from you, and we give that money out to either to the university for the tuition costs, or we give that money to the housing company, whether it's on-campus housing in the dorm rooms or whether it's off-campus. So we collect that money up front. So normally by the time that you are in school and probably before the end of the first semester, you're going to pay 100% of your first 2 semesters of study to Nevada Global. And then we give that money to the university afterwards. Does that make sense, Hugo?
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect. And it is important, as you said, that all the people that wants to study with your university, with the University of Nevada, Reno, has to contact us, and we will be really happy to help you with all the application process. And yes, John, we have another question, please.
Sure.
This is the following. Can you give us an idea about the classes timetables and how many days the students must attend classes during the week?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Especially with this group of students that I have coming in, I think they usually have classes that start at 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, and they have more of their classes on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays. And I would expect that they're in class probably 6 to 8 hours a day, depending. And sometimes they have night classes, so they could have maybe 2 classes in the morning from like 9 until maybe noon, and then they go have lunch, and then they might not have classes until 4 o'clock. So it really depends on how they are. But I can tell you that a lot of times, many of the students really don't have many classes on Friday, or they'll have 1 or 2 classes in the morning, or 1 class in the morning, and that's about it. And so the students in general have more classes in the morning in the first part of the week, and then they get less classes as it gets towards the weekend. And that allows a lot of the students to schedule, if they have to work, to schedule blocks of working of like 3 to 4 hours. And if you can only work a maximum of 20 hours a week, you can see that they can get their hours of working in nice blocks that allows them to work and study and fulfill all the requirements so they become good students and get good grades.
Oh, that's really important. And John, thank you. I think we have no more questions.
Great.
And I just want to thank you for your time and all of this presentation that is really important for all the students that are interested in studying at the University of Nevada, Reno. And as you said, we are here to help you to apply to the university. You just have to contact us. You saw our WhatsApp number, and you can contact us and have your guidance, free guidance sessions with us. Thank you, John. Thank you for this time, and we will be happy if we join again in a new live stream. Sometime.
Yes, I'd love to come anytime. To do more presentations, to explain more programs. I think Hugo, you and your company, Global Studies, I think it's providing a great resource for these students that have this wish, this desire to study in the United States. And I think by working together, we can have a great pathway to University of Nevada, Reno, and they'll be successful once they get here.
Well, this was a pleasure, John. And thank you, everybody, for joining the live stream. We will see you again soon. Bye.
Thank you. Have a good day.